Paris is beautiful to explore any season. But spring is the time to soak up that special April in Paris charm that Sinatra sung about so well. Chestnut groves blossom, city parks burst into flower, plane trees sprout foliage over boulevards, and café terraces buzz with newfound energy as Parisians head outdoors to enjoy spring's soft warm days. Here are our top 10 things to do in Paris in spring. Eiffel Tower. No Parisian landmark embraces springtime blue skies as enthusiastically as the Eiffel Tower. Its spire is frequently half lost in fog in winter. On clear spring days, the 324 tall tower is striking from any angle. And with glass flooring on the first floor, peer down at Paris beneath your feet, views are even sharper. For a panorama of the city from the tower, lunch at 58 Tour Eiffel or Michelin-starred Le Jules Verne. For ringside views of the icon and its webbed ironwork imprinted on blue sky, consider Les Ombres or the more casual Café Branly. The islands. Romance oozes out of every historic nook and cranny of Isle St. Louis and Isle de la Cite, both perfect for a springtime stroll. These two islands on the Seine have quaint car-free streets full of old-world boutiques. Start on a high with the bestial rooftop of Cathedral Notre Dame, then relax on a bench beneath pink cherry blossoms in the Seine-side garden of Square Jean XXIII. The stained glass windows inside Notre Dame and at nearby Sainte-Chapelle are dazzling at this time of year when the sunlight streams in. Cool down afterwards with un glacé, an ice cream, from Paris' most famous ice cream maker, Berthelion. Jardin du Luxembourg. Lounging on a sage-green deck chair in this mythical city park is a Parisian spring essential. Chasing a vintage wooden sailboat around the park's octagonal Grand Bassin pond is brilliant fun. Kids have done this since the 1920s. Puppet shows entertain at the Théâtre du Luxembourg and art exhibitions take place at the Musée du Luxembourg, both in the park. Musée Rodin Spring marries perfectly with the Musée Rodin, one of Paris' loveliest art museums in the former studio and showroom of sculptor and painter Auguste Rodin. Sculptures inside the 18th-century mansion are world-class. Don't miss Rodin's El Eternal Printemps, Eternal Spring, and The Kiss, both sculptures of two lovers embracing, but the museum gardens are most memorable. Roses mingle with the thinker and other iconic works, while wooden sun lounges offer peaceful contemplation between springtime blossoms. Other art museums with gorgeous gardens are Musée du Quai Branly, the Musée de l'Orangerie in the fashionable Jardin des Tuileries, and the Musée Marmottan Monet, home to the world's largest collection of Monet's works, overlooking the delightfully local Jardin du Ranelagh. Nuit de Musées. The annual Nuit de Musées in May is a prime opportunity to revel in Paris' second-to-none portfolio of museums and monuments. Sites stay open late and admission is free. Café culture. Watch the world go by over un café, a coffee, or early evening apéro, pre-meal drink, on one of the city's zillions of café pavement terraces. There is no finer time of year to indulge in Parisian café culture than spring as outdoor heaters are put away and tables multiply. Traditional neighborhood cafés with sunny terraces and bistro chairs meticulously arranged in tight rows include Le Petit Fur à Cheval and Café Charlotte in Le Marais neighborhood, Le Progrès, loaded with ambience in Montmartre, Café Saint Regis, Footsteps from Notre Dame, and Café La Palette where art dealers and fashionistas congregate on the left bank. At dusk, Place du Marché Ste Catherine is a pretty café-laced square to sit beneath fairy lights and sip an apéro. Chez Prune is the café bar that put Canal St Martin on the map. Café Marly overlooks the Louvre's inner courtyard, while homemade ginger lemonade and hibiscus flower cordial make à l'ebouillante. Footsteps from the Seine, an artsy favorite. Canal St Martin. The tranquil, 4.5 km long Canal St Martin in northeastern Paris was surely created with sunny spring days in mind. Reflections on the water are superbly photogenic, and a stroll or cycle along the canal's leafy towpaths or between trendy boutiques is like a scene straight out of a film. Watch canal boats pass through locks and beneath vintage swing bridges that pivot 90 degrees when boats approach. Al fresco dining. Spring in Paris is about sitting outside and feasting on the city's extraordinarily varied cuisine. Gastronomic restaurants rarely have outdoor seating, but budget and mid-range places do. Hot spots near the Eiffel Tower, popular among the local office crowd for a brasserie lunch in the midday sun, are La Mascotte and Upper Cremerie. In Le Marais, a trend-setting crowd lunches in the hidden courtyard of Derrière, while the terrace at Mini Palais is magnific for soaking up the old-world atmosphere of Art Nouveau Paris. Beloved left bank addresses include casual Le Square and Yves Camdebord's raved-about gourmet bistro Le Comptoir du Relais. Chez Nathalie is a sweet spot in the 13th arrondissement to dine on modern French cuisine. Paris open-air street markets, such as Marche Bastille, burst with fresh seasonal produce at this time of year and are a treat to explore and to pick up goods for a park picnic.